Intuition is a woman's superpower. It's that deep inner knowing that we have within our bodies. We just know. It's like a sixth sense. It's like a sixth sense. Say that fast 3 times. So you have that thought, you have a feeling, and you just know that this is what it is. But as women, we tend to ignore that feeling and act like, we don't sense that something is wrong or something is happening. But it's usually after the fact, after something's already happened, that we say, I knew it. I friggin' knew it. But we're encouraged to be more in our minds than in our bodies. And that is not where the feminine thrives. We prefer feeling than knowing. And how do I know this? Every woman out there knows what it is to follow a hunch about something. You just feel something is off here, and you will follow that hunch like you are a super detective. But that's not the part that's really it. Remember that exhilarating feeling when you found out that you were right about that thing. The patriarchy, for lack of a better term, I don't want to sound like a feminist, because I'm not, but we do know that there is some imbalance in earth, right? We operate in a world that's more masculine than feminine. There isn't a balance of the two. And so even us as women, we are forced to operate within our masculine, or within the masculine more than within the feminine. Well, a lot of us choose, not us, a lot of women choose to operate in the masculine more because they're competing with men. They want to be like men. They want to be in the same space as men. They want to be equal to men. A lot of women are doing that by choice, living more in the masculine. But have we been duped? Have we been tricked into believing that our greatest power is weakness? Because to my mind, intuition has to be greater and higher than thought and logic. I mean, we can know things without thinking. So what if we were to embrace and strengthen that gift within us? Let's explore 7 ways that we can cultivate our feminine intuition. Number 1, work on your observation skills. Learn to see, hear, feel, smell everything around you. Put your senses to work. Get into the practice of noticing everything, not just seeing them, right? Let everything that your eyes touch mean something to you without being attached to it. Here's a really good exercise that will help you to improve your observation skills. For 1 week, observe all of the billboards that you pass on the road. Take note of the words that they use. Take note of the pictures. Take note of the colors. Take note of the font. Take note of the message. What are they trying to say? What are they relaying? How are you supposed to feel? How do you think other people feel when they see it, right? How is it supposed to move you without it affecting you? Just stay in observation. Just observe them. And we can feel comfortable, but still have an awareness of everything in this space. The feminine is good at multitasking in that type of way. The things that we're great at as women, we can do multiple of them at once, right? So work on being able to see everything in your environment. Me personally, nothing miss me. It's very difficult for something to miss me. Number 2, be intentional. Make an effort to improve your intuition. You have to aim to be more intuitive, right? Ask questions, whether it is to the universe, to the creator, to source, whatever you want to call it, your ancestors. Speak to the higher power that you believe in and ask for the answers that you want, right? When I do plant medicine, generally, I've explained this to you guys before, how ceremonial I am about using marijuana. So when I am about to use it, I ask questions. I talk to the plant and I ask what it is that I want some clarity on, what it is that I want some answers about, what it is I want to explore, I talk to the herb about it, right? I also, if it is that I want to meet with my ancestors in a sacred space, I call on them to come and I ask questions, things that I want answers to, I ask. Sometimes you will get immediate clarity, like something will just come to you right away and you know it, this is the answer. And it will feel like you already knew it, and you did. You just never trust your intuition before. Sometimes the answers aren't always what you want to hear, but unlike when you aren't so open to answers, you can ignore it. You can ignore your intuition and say, brush off certain things and ignore this blatant, obvious answer in front of you that you cannot ignore. But when you are asking, when you are in a space of openness and waiting to receive a message, sometimes the messages come to you and you cannot ignore them. It is what it is. You know, and if you were to ignore it, you know that you're being dishonest with yourself. So there are other times also when the answers come to you and it's very subtle. It's like a dance. It's like waves. It coming through conversations that you have with someone. Through a phone call, suddenly you get a phone call from something or somebody related to the question that you asked, and they're saying exactly what it is that you want to hear. Sometimes you get into a conversation with somebody and they start talking about this very same thing that you ask questions about. Sometimes you go on social media and a video comes up and it's exactly what you were thinking about. Sometimes you just unknowingly find yourself doing something that would lead to the answer that you want. Number 3, trust that inner voice. Trust yourself. Be open to seeing and feeling things. Release doubt, release fear, and don't ignore the signs, right? If you see things, respond to it, right? You don't have to always respond immediately. You don't always have to act on it immediately. Sometimes you can just note it and observe. But there are other times that you need to just act on it right away and not ignore that feeling, that gut feeling that you're getting. Don't ignore it, act on it. And this is one of the best ways to improve your intuition is to always respond to it. So the more you respond, the more you react, the more you acknowledge your intuitive thoughts, the more it improves, the more it gets better, the more things will come to you, the more you will feel. So when you feel something, when you hear something, when you sense something, respond. I'm very big on that, especially if my feeling is very strong. If I'm in a space and I get a feeling that I should leave right now, I am gone. I'm exiting. I'm not waiting, right? I don't care if I spend how much thousands of dollars to be there. I'm leaving. Me a cut. That's just how I am. I don't play about energies. I don't play about how I feel. I trust myself. Number 4, work on confidence. And I know this might sound a little cliche, but you can't trust yourself and trust your intuition if you don't have confidence. You need confidence. And the only way to build confidence in yourself is practice. Practice and repetition. Practice trusting yourself. When you get the feeling, trust yourself. Be confident that you know what you're feeling and that what you're feeling is right. We not talk paranoia, right? You have a deep knowing within you and you have no reason to really doubt it. And you can build confidence in other ways too. So when you're confident in other aspects of life, it helps you to be confident in everything, right? So if you are not confident public speaking, practice public speaking. Like, this is a practice for me. If you go back to my older videos, you will see that I probably wasn't great either. I still have a lot of work to do, but I've definitely improved, and I know I'm gonna get better. If you want to be a better cook, cook more. It's that simple. Cook more, and more you practice, the more you repeat things, the more you will understand flavors and what works together, what doesn't work together, what textures work together, things that are more pleasing to our palates. You will learn the more you practice. But that's like anything in life. Even people who study, you go to university, you choose a field, whatever it is, but it's the practice and repetition that makes you know what to do. It makes you confident. After you've left, you've done it so many times, you've repeated it so many times, so you know that you're an expert on it now because you've had the practice. Used repetition to practice. It's important to have self-confidence, and self-confidence is definitely something that you can work on. You can improve it with practice, like everything else. Number 5, somatics. Intuition is essentially clairsentience, and clairsentience is clarity in our feelings, right? And feeling is completely physiological, right? We feel in our bodies. You don't feel in your mind, right? Everything is within the body. Kinesthetics is one of the ways that people learn things. Some people are better at learning things through experience. They need to feel it in their bodies. There are some people who learn better from just being fed information, almost like brainwashing. But me personally, I don't like to brainwash myself. I like to feel something. So if I don't feel it, I'm not into it none at all. I don't want to be force-fed no information. That's one of the reasons why I struggled in university, because I work with my feelings a lot. And maybe it is because I'm more in my feminine why I struggled through school too, because school is a masculine space. There's a lot of masculine energy in school, right? And I'm a feeler. I like to feel things. I like to be convinced about something because I feel it in my gut, I feel it within me, I feel it in my spirit, like, yes. Yoga is a really good somatic exercise because it teaches you how to feel more, how to be more present in your body, how to be more aware of your body and what you're feeling in your body, right? So the movements and everything, if you've ever been in a yoga class, the teachers will always ask you what you're feeling in different parts of your body, especially after you've done a pose. Like, where are you feeling certain sensations in your body? And a lot of times that will tell you about maybe something that is happening in your body. So yoga is a very present practice that teaches you how to be in your body. That's one of the things I love about yoga as well, because it has a lot to do with being present. And listen, don't take it for granted that because you are living in a body, you are fully experiencing it and present in it. That is not the case. There are many people who are in their bodies but don't feel anything, don't sense anything. They can be in a space and something is happening and they don't know how to read a room, feel the energy in a space, see what's happening. People will go into a space and be not affected by nothing at all. I'm not like that. I guess it's because I'm highly intuitive, also because I'm an empath. I feel a lot, so I feel energies in spaces, and that's one of the reasons why I get so friggin' tired when I go out, when I go to certain places. I'm tired, man. When I get home, I'm drained because I'm sensing everything, and I can't help that. That's how I've always been. So sometimes I remember back when I used to go to parties, some of my friends used to always be annoyed with me because I couldn't always just enjoy the experience. I would have to make note of everything. Who is there? What's happening over there? What's happening over there? How it feels is right here. Like I'm very, very big into energy and vibration. So me don't know if it no feel right, me just can't stay. Number 6, spend time in nature. And I always tell women this: spend time in nature. Nature will teach you how to be feminine. Nature puts you into the alpha brainwave state. You are very relaxed, but your senses are heightened. You notice everything, you hear everything, you pick up things. Your mind feels renewed in nature, right? So you don't have a choice really except to just relax and receive. And receiving is a very feminine state. When I'm in nature, I listen more. I hear everything. My sense of smell is intense, right? My eyes are working. My lenses work more than they do in other spaces. I zoom in, I zoom out. I see details. I see texture. I see, everything. I see movements. My hearing is intense as well. I hear everything. I hear all of the animals. I hear the birds talking to each other, and sometimes I'm like, what are they talking about? What's that conversation about? Are they talking about us? Maybe they're communicating that some, call killy them because some stranger about here and we're not too sure about them. What are they saying? Because they sense us too. They know that we aren't usual in the space. So of course they're communicating to each other that there is something here. They don't know it's possible danger, but they know that they're to dress back and observe us. Nature is a teacher. Everything in nature is a teacher. The animals are teachers. The plants are teachers. The entire ecosystem is a teacher, and it teaches you how to live and how to be like everything else that is naturally in the space, surviving and thriving, some of them, how everything works together. So you learn how to live when you're in nature. Number 7, cleanse your aura. And this is important in helping you to determine whether it is your anxiety or your intuition, right? Because sometimes you can pick up things from your emotional state. If it is that you're angry or you're fearful or you're sad, you may be picking up things from that, right? So you have to cleanse and clear your energy. And also impressions from people. You may have had some interactions that's affecting you emotionally, and so it's making you pick up on things that isn't your intuition. It's just that you're affected emotionally by something that you heard, or a conversation that you had, or something that somebody did, or whatever it was, it left an impression on you. It's important to detach from your experiences, from your conversations, from things that you see. It's important to clear and cleanse and do a reset. I always say people who do spiritual work should cleanse every day. I don't do that type of spiritual work, but I cleanse every day also, because I want to have that clarity. And so I clear and release attachment to these impressions, in order to be able to sense and feel the things that I want to sense and feel without being affected by somebody else, or affected by an interaction or an experience or a memory. So all of these things are important, I believe, for women to put into practice, improving their intuition and being comfortable with their intuition, and more importantly, trusting yourself. We tend to doubt ourselves, and especially when what isn't true is more comfortable than the truth. So we have to get comfortable sometimes with the ugly truth, or the truth that we don't want to hear. Alright guys, so that's it. Those are my tips for how you can improve your feminine intuition. If you have any tips, please share them down below in the comment section, right? And yeah, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. Make sure to like, because the like help It help with the algorithm so it get out there more. Just give it more likes. Drop a like right now. If you don't like the video yet, just like it right now. Alright, and yeah, take care of yourself, and we'll link up in the next video. Alright, later guys.